My name is Partridge, and I'm here to talk us through the highlights of Irma Stern on our forthcoming live sale at the Vineyard Hotel in Cape Town, taking place on the 10th and the 11th of May 2020. Our first highlight is lot number 568, entitled Zanzibar Arab. Irma Stern visited Zanzibar famously twice in 1939 and 1945, with this example coming from her first visit to the island on the east coast of Africa. The portraits from Zanzibar are some of her most prized works in her oeuvre. Stern, during this period, mixed a sense of observation as well as bringing with it her expressionist background, of which she had gleaned from Germany, and her relationship with Max Peckstein. To these focused depictions of character, Stern brought her unique brand of expressionism, which is evident perhaps most notably in the present lot in the colours of the sitter's turban, which is known as a feta, which is a pre-wound turban of golden thread that was particular to the Bahora people of Zanzibar. Stern returned to Cape Town in late October 1939, and she went about quickly arranging for the exhibition of these works. First showing at Martin Melkhuis in Cape Town, and then later in 1940 at the Gainsborough Galleries. These works were met with great enthusiasm by both the public at large and critics specifically. Our second major highlight is lot 585 by Irma Stern, entitled Still Life with Lilies. Painted in 1947, it also exhibits characteristic forms of expressionism that is unique to this period of her oeuvre. What we see is an artist in control of her brushwork, unafraid to experiment with thick impasto. So what we see here is Stern's two loves, both of still life compositions of flowers and Stern as a collector, revealed in the sculpture of the contemplative Buddha in the right of the composition. Interestingly, the Buddha was not listed in the estate of Irma Stern, which was auctioned at Ashby's Galleries in 1968 following her death. The vase, however, was and is thought to be a partly glazed vessel dating to the Yuan dynasty, again revealing Stern's eclectic collecting habits. Particular to Stern's Zanzibar period is her unique use of framing, in which she would use for her paintings doors and window frames sourced from the island, and in this mixed media composition titled In the Harem, she's used raffia mats to create a border for the picture. Depicting two women, the work makes use of gouache, watercolor and pencil crayon, full of contrasting complementary colors and gestural mark making. Stern's enthusiasm for travel was undoubtedly fueled by her many trips to Madeira. The present example, lot 566, was executed in 1931 of one of her first trips to the island. We see a figure carrying bananas down a crowded street scene, displaying Stern's unique command of perspective, as well as a representation of mountains, which gives the picture an overall compositional unity. In 1950, Irma Stern was the featured artist on the South African Pavilion at the Venice Biennale. The present lot was executed 2 years later and is seen as a late example of Stern's oeuvre. Again, displaying her predilection to collecting objects, the present lot makes use of a still life with fruit, as well as a Luba figure that she collected on one of her two trips to the Congo in 1940 and 1946. This work also presents a remarkable resemblance to a work painted a year earlier in 1951 entitled Arum Lilies, which is currently in the collection of the Iziko National Gallery. Irma Stern was undoubtedly characterized by her ability as a colorist, seen in the present lot 581 entitled Mother and Child. A late work, executed in 1961, Stern again makes use of her contrast and complementary, seen in the red of the mother's dress and the greens in the child's top. Lot 575 is the latest work that we've got by Irma Stern, entitled Repairing Fishing Nets on the Quay. It was executed in 1963, 3 years before her death. Typifying her later production, we see expressive mark making, which gives form to her figures, as well as her deep perspective rendered in the mountains and buildings in the background. Strauss Co is also privileged to be handling 6 works on behalf of the Irma Stern Trust. These drawings are exemplary of Irma Stern's artistic process and come to form a record of the painterly compositions that would follow. So in many instances, without these drawings, the paintings would not exist at all. Irma Stern is undoubtedly the grand dame in South African art history. The broad range of Irma Sterns on Strauss Co's forthcoming sale on the 10th to the 11th of May really represents an opportunity for buyers at every level to begin to either start collecting Irma Stern or to cement their collections with unusual works from later on in her career, or works such as the Zanzibar Arab, which is really from the pinnacle of her artistic production.